Okay, for cutting comb, all we're going to need is some boiling water in a pan and a comb cutter, which is a giant cookie cutter. As you can see, it's just a square. It's designed to cut a slice of comb that's almost exactly out of a normal hive, about 1 pound in weight. And you want your pan to be big enough to handle the punch, so that you can put it in there and get it nice and hot. We're going to get it nice and hot so it cuts the wax much easier when we're punching out comb. So you can't just use any frame of honey. You need certain honeycomb that is good for comb honey. This is going to be a nice white capping on it, but turn it around. Notice it isn't capped over here. Now this honey is very likely to be cured. It's 3/4 capped, 25%, which is good for this area, but I can't punch it over here all the way through. I've only got one square to really work with, which is about right there. So we're going to punch that through. Now turn it around again. So we're going to go right through there, and we're going to use the other side as our guide. Now this is a first-year comb, and it's important you use a comb that has never been used as a brood comb, because the brood comb, if it's used for raising brood once, there's going to be a little bit of fibrous of the cocoon still in each comb, and it doesn't have a good taste when you're chewing it. I'll show you a piece. Now I've already cut this piece of comb up, and it was a very nice looking piece of comb. It has a good color, but on the edge it's black. You can see it was originally a brood comb before it was a normal comb. You can tell by the discoloration, and you can see some of the papery of the brood nest cocoon leftovers. Don't use this kind of comb for cutting comb for consumption. And I'm going to show you a close-up of this in a moment. Okay, so this is the brood comb that was later used for honey storage. I know it because it came out of a cutout I did, and you can see when I turn it the black core of the original brood comb that was thin, and then they fattened it up to store honey in it. And that's going to still have in that brood nest some of the shells of the cocoons that are not going to be good for brood for comb honey. Alright, so I've got a beautiful piece of comb that I might be able to get 3 combs chunks out of. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one up into comb honey, and we're going to see if we can get 3 indeed out of this. If not, I'm going to get 2, and the third I'm going to cut into chunk honey to put in some of my jars. So let's get to it. Alright, we've got fresh out of boiling water. Shake off the cookie cutter, comb cutter, and line that up. And I want to get lined up, push down. As you push down on it, you're going to lose temperature because the honey it comes in contact with is a liquid, and it cools it down pretty quick. Alright, that cut, but it's not lifting up very nice. So I'm going to leave that intact in situ, and we're going to go heat it up for the next one. And go for number 2. Shake, shake. Line that up. Push down. Melts away. Nice, nice, nice. Push. Got it. Now I'm seeing a little cracking at the top bar. I'm just going to run with it. Got a few cells of uncapped honey, but it'll fly for grade B. Knife, Dr. Cheng, scalpel. Scalpel, okay. I'm going to clip off this here. And is that, let's give me that pen. We're going to peel this out of the way, use some of that for chunk honey. And now I can slide these out. And spatula is very useful for lifting comb honey without damaging it. There we go. Now some like to have their comb honey very, very clean, so they'll put it on a draining rack and drain all the superfluous honey off of it. I'm not one of those people. I like to have my comb honey drenched in honey. So I just slide mine right on in. Otherwise, you can put it on a cooling rack in the kitchen and drain it of honey for about a day or two or three. Can you open that? Fit it over sideways, lift it up. Sideways, little drip drip. That's another wrap.